so heavy. Oh, he gets chunky. Oh yeah, I can use my key fob. Oh. Come on. Oh, yeah. Oh. Ooh. Don't have the strength to lift the tug. Oh yeah, I got a Lariat. Oh. Oh yeah. Take that. Bono. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. In this video, we're gonna have a walk around of a Lariat, fully decked out with all the LED trim, and we're gonna go into detail on the 2.7, what you need to know, and also lastly, we're gonna finish up with a miles per gallon for a whole entire tank of fuel. Roughly 400 miles is what I got for this video. You'll never guess what I got miles per gallon. Let's get to it. All right, what we got here is a space white Lariat. This color is wild. It looks white, and then you turn your head, it's like, what is that? This one does have all the LEDs. It's got the full LED tachometer. It's got the B&O. It is clean. This is actually a 21. So my truck's in the shop now. The 23 F-150 that I have. Because when I went to roll down, actually all I was wanting to do was crack the rear passenger side window. It kept going down and then it wouldn't come back up. So that's an issue. Literally could not roll the window back up. So it is at the dealership. A quick search on the internet has revealed that this is a super common problem. If you have a 21 to 23 F-150, you possibly could be impacted by this. This is the part I'm excited about. Does anybody know what this little guy is? This is one of my favorite Ford engines. 2.7 liter. The last 2.7 that I had was a 2018. I own that truck. Great truck, got good fuel efficiency. You guys know from the channel that I am a fan of this engine. I think it's a great little engine. Light and fierce. Another thing I'm excited about is these headlights. These lights actually pivot as you drive. I don't have these on my XLT. I got the standard LED headlights. So it's going to be interesting to see what these guys look like at night. Here's a self-check that the lights do every time you turn them on at night. It'll go through this self-check for the adaptive lighting. Man, the space white is wild, man. It's like a green. It's so hard to describe. It looks white, but then it's not. It's wild. This B&O system is killer. You get heated rear seats back here. Man, come on. Of course, one awesome thing about the Lariats, and I wish they would carry this over to the XLTs. Ford, if you're listening, please carry over the automatic four-wheel drive option. So nice to have. Of course, heated cool seats, everything you expect from a Lariat. Man. The 2.7. So if I had to describe it, it's light and nimble, but I prefer the 2.7 still over the 5.0. And I've owned two 5.0s. I had a 2015 5.0 and I had a 2013 with the 5.0. So I've literally had all the engines that Ford has made, with exception of the Power Stroke. So what do you need to know about the 2.7? Well, for one thing, you'll need to know that it's a turbocharged engine. It's not naturally aspirated. So you need to use a good full synthetic oil. And you need to change your oil at least every 5,000 miles. The reason for that is because it's a boosted engine. You have a lot of pressures and you have a lot of heat. And that really works on the oil and breaks it down. A good synthetic oil will help reduce carbon buildup. It'll last longer, and it's just cleaner and more efficient on the engine. So I highly recommend, if you get a 2.7, you get a 3.5, please use full synthetic oil. You will not regret it. One thing that I did with my 2.7, just because of my OCD tendencies, I bought the whole oil filter canister, and I would buy an OEM oil filter, and I would go ahead and put the O-rings and everything together, and I would give that to the mechanics when they did oil change, and they would give me the canister and the, I can't remember if it exactly how it worked, but they would give me the canister back, and I would just repeat that cycle. That way I knew that the new O-rings, because there's new O-rings that come with that, the new O-rings got put on, and they weren't trying to reuse O-rings. If someone didn't know, or somebody's trying to take a shortcut, I at least would know that step was done correctly and wouldn't have any issues from that. The other thing you need to know is it is fuel efficient. As long as you're not pulling a trailer and you're not in the boost. So for instance, I have put close to 300 miles on this tank, and I'm averaging right around 23.5 miles per gallon. It's hard to beat with a full-size, four-door, four-wheel drive truck. The other thing you need to know is the 2.7 is not made to tow heavy. Now you can tow with it. You can tow, depending on your configuration, you can tow up to 7,000 pounds, which is a lot of weight. Most of us, as normal consumers, do not tow anything that exceeds 7,000 pounds. You know, think about a boat, some boats and some lawnmowers and even tractors. So it can tow, 2.7 can tow, and it does it fine with no problem. I towed a lot of things with my 2018. All right, guys, moment of truth. I'm at the end of my run. My truck is done. They replaced the module in my window and it now works. So I'm gonna give you guys a summary of the miles per gallon that I got. So I went 426 miles and I got this. 23.7 miles to the gallon. 8 hours of driving, 427 miles, guys. This is a mix of highway, city, stop and go, drive-throughs, you name it. These are real world numbers in my area. We do have hills. Majority is hills. There's a little bit of flats here and there, but we have hills as well. So hopefully this gives you an idea of what you can get with the 2.7 liter EcoBoost. Again, this is one of my favorite engines for the Ford lineup. It's also one of the least problem childs of the F-150 engines. There are less things that go wrong with the 2.7 out of all the engines in the Ford lineup. 3.5s have the cam phasers. The V8s have a whole list of problems, oil consumption, lifters, top engine issues. The 2.7, there are some that have had issues, and you're going to get that. 10-speed transmissions are another concern that we're going to have to deal with. But again, the 2.7 is a great, solid option. You can tow with this engine. You can do what most people do with a truck with this small EcoBoost 2.7 liter, okay? You're not gonna tow 10,000 pounds. It's not made for that. But it's made for the average person to tow less than 7,000 pounds. Go look, just do a Google search on how this engine is made. It is made to be a tough engine. This is a solid engine, guys. I highly recommend it. There's also a video on the channel of a high mileage 2.7. That's my buddy's. He's literally done nothing to the transmission or the engine, and he is knocking on 200,000 miles. And go check that video out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next video. Peace.